Do you know that God can speak to you through your mind? Discover how to hear that voice. We often think that hearing God's voice requires a miraculous event or an extraordinary dream. But in reality, God can communicate with you in ways that are close, gentle, and often unexpected. One of those ways is through your mind. Have you ever paused and wondered, could those peaceful thoughts, moments of tranquility, or sudden words of encouragement in your mind be messages from God? The mind, where God sends his messages. The human mind is a fertile ground, holding not only everyday thoughts, but also serving as a space where God connects with you. God doesn't need grand miracles to communicate, because he knows that your mind is the perfect place to plant seeds of love, hope, and encouragement. Those sudden words of comfort during challenging times or flashes of creative inspiration might just be ways God is guiding you. In the Bible, Jesus said, "Listen, for I am always here." This reminds us that God is always with us and ready to speak if only we listen with sincerity. Take a moment to explore this connection today. Open your mind and heart to the gentle whispers of his voice, and you may discover the profound ways he communicates through the quiet spaces within you. So how can we recognize God's voice in our minds? First, always keep a thought of peace in your mind. That thought is like a small candle in the darkness, gently illuminating and guiding the way. Amid the chaos and worries of life, you may sometimes unexpectedly feel a moment of peace or have a positive thought flash through your mind like a ray of hope in the storm of the heart. That could be God's whisper, a simple yet profoundly meaningful message. God does not use elaborate or complicated words to reach you. He does not create grand events to capture your attention. Instead, he comes in simplicity, a sense of peace during moments of anxiety, gentle encouragement when you feel like giving up, or simply a warm ray of sunlight on a gloomy day. These small, subtle moments are his way of conveying love and hope. Listen to that voice, even if it is sometimes very faint. Do not let the worries of life overshadow this sacred connection. By keeping a peaceful thought in your mind, you not only receive a spiritual gift from God, but also create a positive energy that spreads to those around you. Remember, in any situation, love and hope are always waiting for you. All you need to do is open your heart, embrace them, and trust. In moments when you feel stuck, when everything around seems to turn against you, and you find yourself lost in the vast ocean of life, unexpected thoughts and words of encouragement may arise. A gentle whisper in your mind, a powerful idea stirring in your heart, reminding you not to give up. This is not a coincidence. It is God speaking to you. You are not alone. I am always here by your side. These words are not just comforting. They are a profound source of spiritual strength. When you feel like giving up, close your eyes and listen. It might come as a sense of peace when you see the morning light, the warmth of a hug from a loved one, or simply a moment of stillness amidst the storms in your soul. That is God, with his unconditional love, reminding you that every challenge is but a lesson on the journey of growth. God does not promise a life free from suffering, but he assures you that you will never face it alone. Words of encouragement, whether small or profound, are signs that you always have a companion, a guide by your side. He encourages you to keep moving forward, for ahead lies light and hope. Believe that the challenges you are facing are just a part of the grand plan God has for you. Every step you take to overcome difficulties brings you closer to fulfillment, peace, and joy. So, no matter how tough the journey may be, always remember that you are never alone. God is always with you, cheering you on every step of the way. There are moments in life, amidst the chaos and pressure, when you unexpectedly feel a strange sense of peace. Many people share that this often happens after they pray, reflect, or even take a brief moment of silence to immerse themselves in thought. This is not mere coincidence. It may be God's way of calming your soul and imparting His boundless love to you. That sense of peace is like a refreshing stream quenching a parched soul. It soothes worries, calms anger, and replaces doubt with faith. It may be the moment you realize that everything will be okay, that you don't have to carry all the burdens on your own. In that stillness, you feel a sacred presence, an unconditional love enveloping you. God not only listens to your prayers, He answers them with gentle comfort. This is the power of prayer and reflection, a way for you to connect with God. Release your burdens and open your heart to His love. Through those moments of peace, God reminds you that no matter how challenging or difficult life may be, you are always loved and protected. Do not underestimate those unexpected moments of peace, for they are signs of a sacred relationship, reminder from God that you are never alone. Cherish and nurture this connection, because in those moments, you not only find God, but also rediscover yourself, a soul that is loved, comforted, and guided. To have God in your mind, you must learn how to listen to His voice. In the fast-paced whirlwind of modern life, we are often swept away by endless work, family responsibilities, and social obligations. While this busyness can bring value, it sometimes leaves our souls weary and without space to embrace deeper, more meaningful things. That is when we need to pause and take time for stillness. Stillness is not merely the absence of sound, but a moment when your mind rests, letting go of distractions and worries. To hear God's voice, the gentle guidance and love He offers you, must create space within your soul. Find a quiet place, whether it's a small corner in your home, a shaded park, or even a bright room lit softly by candles. Allow yourself to step away from the noise and truly face your inner self. In these moments, you can pray, reflect, or simply let your soul relax. These still moments are not only an opportunity to listen to God's voice, but also a time to reconnect with yourself. Stress seems to melt away, worries are replaced with peace, and you realize that balance does not come from trying to control everything, but from letting go and trusting. Consider stillness as a daily ritual, a sacred time to renew your soul. It is not a luxury, but an essential need to maintain peace in a world full of chaos. By dedicating time to stillness, you not only listen to God, but also allow Him to guide and heal your soul, bringing balance and meaning to your life. See you, Nui, Un. Lap Mt Trong, Unh, Ng Thiang, Liang, Neat. Mt Say, CSU, Nay Lian, Ga Khan, Gngti, Kokh, Ngch, Lapi Ngigm, NHNGTMT, Ni Ni, Mhe Mung, Ca Un Tra, Malat, Mtt, Mlin, MTCUC, Chai N, SUS, CCH, NVI, Trong, Li, CSU, Nujan, Bon Kang CH, Ma Mnom, LMGeng. When you pray, it doesn't have to be with elaborate or lengthy words. God does not judge you by your language, but by the sincerity and honesty in your heart. Whether you pray with joy or sorrow, with hope or worries, always remember that God is listening. He knows you better than anyone else, even before you have spoken a word. However, prayer is not a one-way conversation. After pouring out your heart, take a moment to remain silent. This is the time to open your mind and heart to receive God's response. Sometimes, the answer doesn't come in words, but in a sense of peace, a clear thought, or a gentle reassurance. At other times, God's answer may reveal itself through events, people you encounter, or unexpected opportunities that unfold in your life. Prayer is also a way to reconnect with yourself. In a noisy world, prayer serves as a pause, allowing you to reflect and realign your path. It is a source of spiritual strength, helping you overcome challenges and find hope, even in the most difficult situations. Make prayer a part of your daily life. It is not merely a religious ritual, but a way of living a life grounded in trust, gratitude, and connection. Each time you pray, you not only draw closer to God, but also discover a stronger, more hopeful version of yourself. Meditation with faith. Meditation is not exclusively a practice for Eastern philosophies or religions, but is also a powerful tool for those who believe in God. When meditation is combined with faith, it becomes a profound way to connect more deeply with God, helping your soul find peace and clarity. Meditation with faith is not about setting aside your belief in God, but about deepening your relationship with Him by focusing on God's presence in your mind. You not only purify your soul, but also open the door for Him to enter. During meditation, imagine yourself sitting before God, feeling His love and presence surrounding you. This practice gradually helps you release worries, anxieties, and negative emotions, replacing them with peace and hope. Meditation, combined with faith, also helps you calm your mind to listen to God's voice. In the stillness, free from the distractions of the outside world, your mind becomes a space where God can communicate with you. This could come as a positive thought, an unexpected sense of peace, or a clear solution to the challenges you are facing. When your mind is purified, you'll find it easier to recognize the messages He is sending to you. To begin meditating with faith, you don't need to do anything overly complicated. Simply find a quiet space, sit comfortably, and relax your body. You might start with a short prayer, then focus on your breathing or repeat a favorite Bible verse. Words such as "The Lord is my source of peace," or "You are always with me," can serve as anchors to help you keep your mind focused. Meditation not only provides spiritual benefits, but also helps you slow down, gain deeper self-awareness, and feel God's guidance in every step you take. In a busy and worry-filled world, meditating with faith is a way to maintain balance, nurture your soul, and live a life filled with purpose. Dedicate time each day to practice, and you will find God's presence becoming clearer and more evident in your life. Signs that God is speaking to you, that He is in your mind. Unexpected ideas. In life, there are moments when you face challenges that seem insurmountable. You think, ponder, and try every solution, yet the answer remains elusive. Then, at the least expected moment, perhaps while you're in quiet reflection, praying, or even during simple, relaxing activities, like walking or admiring nature, an unexpected idea suddenly appears in your mind. This may be God gently guiding you, a subtle yet profoundly meaningful way of showing you the path forward. These unexpected ideas are not just solutions to your problems. They are also a reminder that you are never alone on your journey. They are constructive, helping you untangle the knots in your mind, unlock creativity, and bring fresh hope. This is a form of revelation that God uses to convey His will, showing you that every challenge has a solution if you are willing to open your heart and listen. Unexpected ideas often arise when your mind is free from pressure. This highlights the importance of maintaining a peaceful and open heart. When you are not overwhelmed by worries, you can more easily sense God's presence and guidance. It is in these moments that you realize the solution does not lie in relentless effort, but in trust and the clarity that comes from faith. Embrace unexpected ideas as gifts from God. View these unexpected ideas as gifts from God. Don't dismiss them. Instead, take the time to reflect and consider how they might be applied in your life. Sometimes, the initial idea may seem small or unclear, but if you delve deeper, it could become the key to unlocking the door you've been searching for. Embrace unexpected ideas as gifts from God. View these unexpected ideas as gifts from God. Don't dismiss them. Instead, take the time to reflect and consider how they might be applied in your life. Sometimes, the initial idea may seem small or unclear, but if you delve deeper, it could become the key to unlocking the door you've been searching for. Trust that these unexpected ideas are not mere coincidences. They are expressions of God's guidance, care, and love. He knows what you need and is always by your side to help you overcome life's challenges. So, listen, receive, and act with gratitude, knowing these ideas are part of the wonderful plan He has for you. Recognizing the feeling of guidance. Have you ever felt a strong yet inexplicable sense that you should do something, or, conversely, avoid a certain direction? This is the feeling of guidance, and sometimes it is God's way of protecting or directing you. In life, there are moments when this strange but powerful sensation arises, urging you to take a specific action or steer clear of a decision, path, or choice. This is not random or coincidental. It is the feeling of divine guidance, a way God protects you or helps you find the right direction. This guidance often appears subtly, sometimes difficult to explain. It might be an intuition about a potentially unsafe route, or a nudge to step out of your comfort zone to pursue something significant. It feels like a small but clear voice within, sparking awareness or motivation, even when there seems to be no obvious reason at the time. God's gentle guidance. God doesn't always use grand signs to lead you. Instead, He often whispers through these feelings, offering wisdom beyond what you could attain on your own. This is how He expresses His love and care, shielding you from unseen dangers or encouraging you to embark on a promising new journey. To recognize and trust in this sense of guidance, you need to cultivate the ability to listen inwardly and maintain a peaceful heart. In stillness, you can more easily discern whether it is God's voice or your own worries and doubts. Most importantly, you must place your trust in Him. God never leads you to a place without providing support or solutions. Even when the path may seem risky or unfamiliar, reflect on past guidance. Think back to moments when you followed this sense of guidance in the past. Perhaps it helped you avoid mistakes or achieve something better than expected. These moments are clear evidence that God is always with you, caring for and guiding you through each step of your journey. By recognizing these signs, trusting in His guidance, and acting with faith, you can navigate life's challenges with confidence, knowing that God's love and wisdom are always there to support you. Divine guidance and miraculous coincidences. The feeling of guidance is not just a part of your spiritual journey, but also a reminder that you are never alone. Learn to listen, trust, and act on these directions. Even if you don't always understand why, trust that everything God does has a purpose, and He always wants the best for you. In life, we sometimes witness unexpected events that seem like mere coincidences, but carry profound meaning. Many people share experiences where they felt God's intervention through such miraculous coincidences. These are not mere happenstances. They are God's quiet way of stepping into your life, offering help or delivering a message precisely when you need it most. Think back to a moment when you felt stuck or were searching for an answer. Suddenly, you might have come across a book with a deep message that seemed tailored just for you. Or perhaps a friend unexpectedly called to encourage you, saying exactly what you needed to hear. Maybe it was a sermon, a Bible verse, or a song that came at the perfect time, bringing light and hope during dark days. The power of miraculous coincidences. These moments, though often simple, have the power to shift your mood, influence decisions, or even alter the course of your journey. They are not meant to show that life will be easy, but to remind you that you are never alone. God is always watching over you, sending signals to guide you through challenges. These coincidences are also an invitation to trust more in God's plan. When you open your heart and become willing to recognize His signs, you'll find life filled with small but profoundly meaningful gifts. These moments not only help you navigate current challenges, but also reinforce your belief that everything in life has a purpose. Embrace and reflect on these signs. Welcome these coincidences with gratitude and mindfulness. Pause, reflect, and ask yourself, what is this trying to tell me? Could this be a message from God? By doing so, you'll realize that these seemingly small events are actually pieces of the grand puzzle God is painting for you. Through gratitude and attention, you'll see that every moment, every coincidence, is a step closer to understanding God's immense love and guidance in your life. Miraculous coincidences and God's voice. Miraculous coincidences are reminders that God's love and care are always present, even in the smallest details of life. Trust, open your heart, and let these magical moments inspire and guide you on your life's journey. How to differentiate God's voice from your own thoughts. On the spiritual journey, you may sometimes wonder whether the thoughts, feelings, or guidance you experience are truly God's voice or just your own subjective thoughts. This is an important question, as proper discernment can help you make wise decisions and live a life aligned with God's will. Below are some key signs to help you differentiate. 1. God's voice brings peace. When a thought arises that fills you with deep inner peace, it is likely from God. Even in challenging circumstances, His messages bring comfort, hope, and confidence that you will overcome. In contrast, if a thought causes anxiety, stress, or unnecessary pressure, it is likely a reaction from your own mind. 2. God's voice always leads to goodness. God is the source of love, compassion, and forgiveness. Therefore, thoughts that encourage you to do good, live selflessly, love others, and build community often originate from Him. Negative thoughts filled with hatred, jealousy, or selfishness never come from God. If a thought prompts you to act against your conscience or contradict moral values, it is a sign that it is not from Him. 3. God's voice is never forcing. God respects your free will. He does not force you to follow a particular path, but gently guides you and lets you make your own decisions. If a thought feels like pressure, coercion, or leaves no room for choice, it may stem from fear, greed, or external pressures rather than God's guidance. 4. God's voice aligns with the teachings of the Bible. What God guides you to do will never contradict the teachings of the Bible. If a thought or direction aligns with the values conveyed in Scripture, it is a reliable indicator. Conversely, if a thought goes against biblical principles such as love, humility, justice, and faithfulness, take caution and reevaluate. 5. God's voice brings clarity and purpose. When God leads you, His guidance often comes with a clear purpose or a specific reminder you can identify. His messages are not confusing, but provide concrete direction for action. On the other hand, if you feel lost, unclear, or distracted by conflicting thoughts, it may be a sign of inner turmoil rather than divine guidance. 6. Pray and seek confirmation. When unsure if a thought is from God, pray. Ask Him for confirmation and clarity. Sometimes, answers will come through signs, a trusted person, or a sense of inner peace. You can also seek advice from spiritually mature individuals, such as pastors, priests, or a trusted friend, to help discern God's voice. By practicing these steps, you will become more attuned to recognizing God's voice in your life. Trust in His guidance, knowing that He speaks with love, wisdom, and a desire to lead you toward a path of peace and fulfillment. 7. Learn to listen. Distinguishing God's voice is not something that happens instantly. It is a skill that requires practice. Take time for silence, prayer, and meditation to calm your mind, making it easier to recognize His voice. Differentiating between God's voice and your own thoughts is a process that demands attention, listening, and faith. As you learn to trust the peace, goodness, and freedom that God brings, you will increasingly recognize His presence and guidance in your life. Trust that He is always with you, supporting and leading you every step of the way. How can we open our hearts to God's voice? Opening your heart to hear God's voice is a journey that requires commitment, faith, and trust. It doesn't happen overnight, but through small, consistent steps, you will begin to feel His presence and guidance more clearly. Here are some practical ways to open your heart to God. 1. Build a strong faith. Faith is the bridge that connects you to God. To strengthen your faith, dedicate time to studying and reflecting on the Bible, the direct source of His teachings. The stories, lessons, and promises in the Bible will help you recognize God's presence and love in your life. Participate in worship services, prayer groups, or other religious community activities. These not only nurture your faith, but also provide support from others who share your spiritual journey. 2. Eliminate doubts. Doubt is a significant barrier preventing you from sensing or trusting God's guidance. Even if you don't always understand everything that happens in life, remember that God has a perfect plan for you. Instead of doubting, practice trust. Pray and ask Him to help you overcome doubt so you can see things through the lens of faith. 3. Accept that God can communicate in many ways. God does not limit how He communicates with you. He may whisper through thoughts in your mind, send messages through people around you, unexpected events, or even the beauty of nature. Always keep an open heart and observe, as God's signs are often gentle and subtle. For instance, advice from a friend, a book you come across, or a sermon you hear might be the message He wants you to receive. By embracing these practices, you will create space for God's voice in your life, enabling you to experience His love, guidance, and peace more fully. 4. Connect your mind with God every day. The journey of listening to God's voice is not a single event, but a lifelong process. To maintain this connection, take small steps each day. Spend time in prayer and reflection, even just a few minutes in the morning or evening. Dedicate this time to listen, feel, and seek God's guidance. This helps you center your life around Him. Write down special thoughts and feelings. When unique thoughts, emotions, or signs come to you, write them down. These notes not only help you recognize God's presence, but also allow you to reflect and see your spiritual journey more clearly. Join a faith community. Connecting with like-minded individuals strengthens your faith and provides support during challenging times. These companions on the spiritual path can encourage and inspire you. Live with gratitude. Gratitude allows you to recognize the small blessings God grants daily. When gratitude fills your heart, you open yourself more readily to His voice. Open your heart to God's voice. Opening your heart to hear God's voice is a journey of patience, trust, and daily practice. As you place your faith in Him, eliminate doubts, and embrace the diverse ways He communicates, you'll gradually recognize His presence more clearly. Remember, God is always there, listening and guiding. You'd open your heart to receive. God is always ready to speak to you. God doesn't require elaborate rituals or lengthy prayers to draw near to you. He simply desires sincerity from your heart to heart, ready to open, listen, and receive. This connection with God is not distant. It is sacred, intimate, and far easier than you might think. Spend time in silence, prayer, and meditation. As you do, you'll realize that God's voice has been within you all along. Life's busyness often distracts us, but God patiently waits for you to return, to listen, and to feel His presence. He speaks to you in many ways through positive thoughts, a sense of peace, the people you encounter, or seemingly random yet profoundly meaningful events. When you pay attention and listen, you'll see that He never stops communicating. Each day, He sends signals to guide, comfort, and inspire you. Start your journey today. Don't wait for a perfect moment or free time. Begin today. Take a few moments each day to be alone. Set aside worries and focus on God. You don't need grand words. Simply open your heart and talk to Him like a close friend. Share your joys, sorrows, concerns, and dreams with Him. In these moments, you'll feel peace or reassurance that you are never alone, that a great strength is always with you. Let your thoughts, feelings, and experiences become the signals leading you closer to God. As you open your heart, you'll recognize that God has always been there, listening and guiding you in every aspect of your life. Each decision you make, each path you take, bears His mark. Even in challenges, you'll see how He is shaping your patience, growth, and faith. Enter this journey with humility and trust. Each day, let God walk with you, guide you through difficulties, and bring new opportunities. As you dedicate time to yourself and to God, you'll not only find Him, but also discover a better version of yourself. Person filled with faith, peace, and hope. Begin today, listen, feel, and let God lead the way. Your life will become richer as you realize He is always by your side, ready to talk and walk with you every step of the way.